$1,200 on daycare and pay your rent? I can't.
Now at 6, a vote today to improve access to childcare in San Diego. Plus, San Diego's median home price is now over $1 million.
This red tide creating bioluminescence. We're going to dive into the newest research on the behavior of that phytoplankton.
Temperatures have already started cooling down for the day. We're going to keep that cool down going all the way through the weekend. We'll also be seeing humidity drop, headed back to a more fall-like weather pattern. It is 6 a.m. on Tuesday, September 12th, and you're up with CBS 8.
All right, stop what you're doing real quick and look at this. This is drone video showing areas drowned in water in Libya, where as many as 2,000 people are feared dead because of the flooding here. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Iramport. Devastating what's happening there. Right now, 10,000 more people are missing. I mean, these are entire neighborhoods covered. Storm Daniel brought so much rain to the northeastern part of Libya that 2 dams collapsed. That's why you see so much more water. Entire neighborhoods swept out into the sea. Workers are unable to enter some areas because of the destruction. There's no access to them. Phone lines were also knocked down, further complicating those rescue efforts. We're going to stay on top of this story and be sure to bring you the very latest in updates.
Our other top story here at home today, the County Board of Supervisors is set to vote on a plan that would give working parents here in San Diego more child care options. 2
county supervisors proposed this plan yesterday. We know child care is pretty difficult for a lot of folks and expensive. CBS 8's Chris Groh live outside the county administration building. The vote will take place this morning. What are the details on this, Chris?
Look, the numbers are pretty staggering. Not just the amount of money that it costs to put your kid into daycare, but the amount of parents that are faced to have to make some of these tough decisions.
77% of parents say finding child care in San Diego is not easy. 1 in 8 child care settings closed after March 2020.
We definitely have a wait list for kids trying to get in, and we're just need just more staff, unfortunately, until we can start enrolling all of those kids.
So what this plan aims to do is to increase capacity at new and current daycares by enhancing infrastructure. They want to invest in staffing and training, and it's going to be paid for with existing funds from the American Rescue Plan Act that the county has access to. Now, it's being proposed right now because, as you just heard there are a lot of dire statistics right now about childcare in San Diego County. In fact, according to a study done by USD and published last year, there are more than 153,000 children up to the age of 5 that have parents who work. That represents about 64% of all children in the county. And as of January of last year, there were only about 79,000 licensed child care spots available for them. So there's very clearly a deficit in the county, and they hope that this plan will help bridge that gap there by increasing the amount of spots that are available and then investing in ones that are currently available, trying to bring that price down as well too by essentially trying to increase supply, if you think about it. Now, there's also a provision for county employees as well too that allows them a more flexible schedule when it comes to emergencies, when it comes to child care and so forth. But this is a plan and a proposal that is already being supported by 2 county supervisors and will be voted on by all of them later today. You can read more about it by going to cbs8.com and clicking on that story link. It's right there on our front page. Eric and Netta?
Really never felt like I had depression, but now I think I know what it feels like. You're like in a cloud.
You're hearing from the mother of a man who used to live here in San Diego, who was shot and killed while working as a DJ and security guard at a Denver strip club. It's now been more than a month. That suspect still at large. Jason Perry, that's his name. He was gunned down in the parking lot of the club after a man was kicked out for being unruly. The motive for the shooting is not known, but a suspect has been identified. In fact, take a look here. That's who their police are looking for. A $2,000 reward has now been offered for any information leading to the arrest of this man, 28-year-old Christopher Roel Hernandez.
We know who he is. Yeah, they have videos, they have pictures, they have his driver's license. And they say he's in hiding. Well, naturally, you're in hiding, but where is he? Why? I don't know. Are people afraid of him, or I don't know.
A mother desperate for answers there, and there will be a celebration of life for Jason Perry. It'll be in Scripps Ranch. That's where he went to high school. This will be on October 18th, which would have been his 47th birthday. Right now, a man accused in a deadly wrong-way crash on Interstate 15 is pleading not guilty to 4 felony charges. Officers say 25-year-old Andres James Cox was drunk at the time of the crash. The head-on collision left a woman dead and her 13-year-old daughter seriously injured. Cox is free right now on a $500,000 bond, but the judge ordered him to wear drug and alcohol monitoring devices. He is not allowed to drive. He also gave Cox a stern warning. Listen.
One dirty test for alcohol or drugs, you will be remanded into the custody of the sheriff on no bail. So I am very serious about that, sir. You have one chance and one chance only.
Now, if convicted on all charges, Cox could face up to 14 years in prison. A deputy convicted of stealing prescription drugs from a San Diego sheriff's substation has now been sentenced to 2 years probation. Deputy Corey Ritchie pleaded guilty to 1 count of burglary last month as part of a plea deal. He was facing up to 13 years in prison. The deputy was caught on camera stealing drugs at least a dozen times from a drop box at the substation. He has since completed a drug rehabilitation program.
We'll talk about paradise at a price here this morning. The median price for a single-family home in San Diego, over $1 million. That's according to data from the month of August. It is a 3% hike from July and 13.5% higher than a year ago at this time. Attached homes like condos and townhouses are also up, hitting a record $677,000. The number of sales, though, is down. The San Diego Association of Realtors points to high interest rates and a low supply of housing as the main causes. Meantime, San Diego County rent prices dropped for the last 2 months. That is according to real estate tracker CoStar. August rent dropped 0.4% and July went down 0.3%. While that may seem small, this is the first time rents fell since CoStar started tracking in 2015. The biggest drops were in places like Universal City, Encinitas, Del Mar, and La Jolla. CoStar points to market correction for this decrease after many of these markets had huge rent growths annually.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to leave their home because a new place would be double the rent.
Exactly. The interest rates we're at right now and how much it costs. Yeah, tough spot here. Paradise
it really is.
Had a price for sure.
It certainly is, yeah. So keep looking and maybe it's something hopefully will pop up for you.
Hopefully things
something
correct
affordable,
themselves and interest rates get a little more fair for you. The price of gas also increasing. Today, San Diego's average price, $5.55 for a gallon of regular. That's 3 cents higher than yesterday and the highest amount since last November. AAA says these sharp price increases are due to a low inventory of unleaded gas here in California.
And this morning, CBS 8 teaming up with the San Diego Blood Bank and Palomar Health to address the shortage of a key blood type. You are invited, everybody invited, to take part in this blood drive in Escondido today. Just have to be over 17 and over. Usually the blood bank aims to keep a 7-day supply of all blood types. Right now, they have less than a day supply of O negative. That's the universal blood type.
If you have O negative, anybody can accept your blood, but only 7% of the population has it. So we really encourage people, get to know your blood type. There could be people out there right now that could be saving babies and saving lives and not even knowing it.
Yeah, people of all ages count on blood donations. Today's blood drive is at Palomar Medical Center in Escondido. Starts at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have a link for you to make an appointment, but you can also just show up. Go to cbs8.com/community. And yeah, that O negative is important, but all blood types, of course, they want to keep a hefty supply. People that have to do regular transfusions are counting on this.
And you get a checkup on your blood and how healthy it is. And
yeah, exactly. Cholesterol, blood pressure, all the things that a lot of people don't get.
If you're anemic.
Normally, yeah, which we get told all the time.
Go eat a hamburger, Netta, and come back. That's what they tell
you. Have you had meat anytime recently? I know the amount of times I've gone in there and they'll be like, "Are you vegan?" And I'm like, "No, I just probably am not eating." Like, I think it's once you start regularly donating that much, and you go that frequently, it keeps you at a good level. Which you want to keep your iron low. You want to keep hemoglobin
at that nice level.
Exactly. You got a good level there. We're watching as temperatures cool down across San Diego County. 6:09 on the clock, and right now we're mainly in the upper 60s. By the afternoon, we're going to be going for the upper 70s along our coastline. 83 for your inland valleys, 80 for the mountains, and a 101 out there for the deserts. So all 4 microclimates are going to be cooling down today. We're also going to be seeing humidity drop today. So if yesterday you were out there in the middle of the day, you maybe saw a few showers come about. Well, those showers are coming to a halt. Satellite radar is showing just up around the San Clemente area. There's a couple areas of green that are just moving onshore, but not with any strength or intensity really. So we're kind of finally seeing the end of Tropical Cyclone Hova, once a Category 5 hurricane, more than 700 miles off to the west of us, but still showing us just how much strength she can pack. A little bit of a wider picture shows you that tropical moisture is now continuing to move through the Havasu area and into Arizona. It's going to continue to break apart from there. So we're watching as we dry out and as we cool down. 5-day forecast shows how there will be a daily drop in temperatures. 85 this afternoon. That's your average for your inland valleys, dropping all the way down to an average of the upper 70s by this upcoming weekend. So getting into this weekend, it'll be a much more comfortable, mild, fall-like weekend ahead. Walking out the door right now, temperatures are predominantly in the 60s, a couple 70s to note. 70 for Carlsbad, San Diego, Chula Vista, 67 for Poway, and 66 for Escondido. When you look at these temperatures compared to 24 hours ago, we're pretty much cooler across the board. 3 degrees cooler in Oceanside, 1 degree cooler for Encinitas and Carlsbad. Not a huge degree of differentiation, but as we get toward this afternoon, we'll probably notice a more dramatic departure from where we were 24 hours prior. And if we were looking at that in terms of relative humidity, it would be the same case. Let's take a look at your border wait times as we start off your Tuesday morning. So right now, when we look at the San Ysidro Port of Entry, the current wait time is 105 minutes. Going to take you just under 2 hours to get through. Otay Mesa Port of Entry about 80 minutes, so an hour 20 in total. In San Diego County, you can get a check of all the crashes and collisions that could be slowing down your morning commute. They're on our website, cbs8.com. You can also download the CBS8 app. That'll have more too. Back to you.
Evan, thank you so much. And still ahead here, does cold medicine even work? The FDA is weighing in today.
Plus, take a look at this, how police saved a puppy who almost overdosed on fentanyl. And an Olympic-sized pool worth of wine just wasted? Oh no, what happened here?